In the cold and gloomy setting of Denmark, a dark and unsettling atmosphere pervades the court. The ghost of King Hamlet, recently deceased, appears to his son, Prince Hamlet, on the battlements of Elsinore Castle. The ghost reveals a horrifying truth: he was murdered by his own brother, Claudius. Claudius, now the new king, not only seized the throne but also married Queen Gertrude, Hamlet's mother, shortly after the old king's death. This revelation leaves Hamlet devastated, torn between grief and fury, and he pledges to avenge his father's murder. To uncover the truth without drawing attention, Hamlet adopts a guise of madness, pretending to be insane. This act is meant to allow him to investigate the circumstances surrounding his father's death without arousing suspicion. Hamlet's erratic behavior starts to cause concern among the court, including his former love interest, Ophelia, and her protective brother, Laertes. Ophelia is advised by her father, Polonius, to distance herself from Hamlet, believing his madness to be the result of his love for her. Despite this, Ophelia remains troubled by Hamlet's strange conduct. In a bold move, Hamlet decides to stage a play that mirrors the murder of his father. He hopes to use the performance to gauge Claudius's guilt based on his reaction. The play, titled The Mousetrap, vividly depicts the poisoning of a king by his brother, an exact replica of what the ghost had described. Claudius's horrified reaction to the play confirms his guilt to Hamlet, intensifying Hamlet's resolve for revenge. As Hamlet becomes more consumed by his quest for vengeance, his behavior grows increasingly erratic, leading to further alienation from those around him. Polonius, Ophelia's father, suspects that Hamlet's madness may be related to his love for Ophelia. He devises a plan to spy on Hamlet by hiding behind an arras, a tapestry, in Queen Gertrude's chamber. Hamlet, in a heated confrontation with his mother, mistakenly kills Polonius, believing him to be Claudius. This act of violence further complicates the situation, leading to more tension and chaos. Ophelia, devastated by her father's death and Hamlet's apparent madness, descends into a state of deep sorrow and madness herself. She is seen wandering the court, singing mournful songs and handing out flowers with symbolic meanings. Her tragic end comes when she drowns in a stream, an event that is portrayed with ambiguity. Whether it was an accident or an intentional act remains unclear. Laertes, Ophelia's brother, returns from France upon learning of his sister's death. He is enraged and seeks revenge for his father Polonius's murder and his sister's tragic fate. Claudius, seeing an opportunity to eliminate Hamlet, plots a deadly confrontation between Laertes and Hamlet. They agree to a duel, but Claudius has secretly arranged for the swords to be poisoned and for a goblet of wine to be laced with poison. The duel begins with high tension. Laertes, using a poisoned sword, wounds Hamlet, who is initially unaware of the danger. In the heat of the battle, both Laertes and Hamlet are wounded by the poisoned blade. Queen Gertrude, unaware of the treachery, drinks from the poisoned goblet and dies, adding another layer of tragedy to the scene. As the poison takes its toll, Laertes reveals the plot to Hamlet before succumbing to his own injuries. In his final moments, Laertes reconciles with Hamlet, expressing his regret and acknowledging Hamlet's nobility. With his dying breaths, Hamlet confronts Claudius and exacts his revenge by forcing him to drink from the poisoned goblet and stabbing him with the poisoned sword. As Claudius dies, Hamlet himself succumbs to the poison, his life slipping away as he has fulfilled his quest for vengeance. As the tragedy unfolds, the Danish court is left in chaos and mourning. With nearly everyone in the royal family dead, Fortinbras, the Prince of Norway, arrives to find the Danish throne vacant. He takes control of the kingdom, inheriting a land ravaged by tragedy and bloodshed. Hamlet's story concludes with a sense of melancholy and unresolved sorrow, marking the end of a turbulent chapter in Denmark's history.